How small tactical details boost big action scenes in military thrillers. Discover how incorporating small tactical details can make big action scenes in military thrillers more authentic, intense, and immersive for readers. The power of small tactical details to sell big action scenes. Imagine you're reading a military thriller, right? You get to this massive action sequence, explosions, gunfire, heart-pounding tension, and it's all there in your head. But what really pulls you in, what makes that scene jump off the page, isn't just the big boom stuff. It's the tiny tactical details scattered throughout that scene. The little things that sound true. The small moves soldiers make instinctively. The subtle, realistic choices that make a reader feel like they're in the boots of a character, rather than just watching a movie. Now, if you're writing a story that includes these kinds of scenes, especially in military thrillers, incorporating these small tactical details is absolutely crucial. They're like the spices in a recipe. Not always obvious, but missing them leaves the final dish bland. These aren't just fancy flourishes. They're what grant your story authenticity, credibility, and a pulse-pounding realism that readers crave. Why tactical details matter. When action scenes are all flash and no substance, chaos with no clear sense of cause or effect, they can quickly become dull or confusing. But detail sharpens the picture. For example, instead of just saying soldiers charge forward, explaining how the squad uses cover effectively, communicates through hand signals, or handles their weapons under pressure, can make the scene explode with life. Readers who enjoy military thrillers often have some knowledge, or at least an expectation of verisimilitude in combat. If you brush over those critical nuggets, like clearing a room with a practiced method, or how soldiers react instantaneously to threats, they might tune out, or worse, scoff at the inaccuracies. How to weave tactical details seamlessly. You might be thinking, great, but how do I work these in naturally? I don't want my story to feel like a manual. That's the art of it. Here are some quick tips. Show, don't tell. Instead of dumping information, reveal tactical choices through your character's actions and reactions. For instance, describing how a protagonist takes a knee behind a crumbling wall before scanning the skyline feels more alive than just saying, he took cover. Use dialogue for context. When characters communicate, slip in military jargon or brief explanations that feel natural. Bounding Overwatch, stacking on the door, or watch your six give flavor without overwhelming the reader. Focus on sensory details. Describe the scents, sounds, and even tastes. Gunpowder in the air, the metallic clang of gear, the sharp sting of sweat and adrenaline. It pulls readers deeper into the moment. Keep it relevant. Details should always serve the story or character development. If a tactical moment slows the action or feels shoehorned in, trim it down. The goal is to enhance suspense and urgency, not bog down the pace. Examples that work. Picture a scenario where a team breaches a hostile compound. Instead of just narrating they broke in quickly, you might include an officer whispering a countdown in a code, the way the team stacks silently against the door, the leader using a hard or soft door entry technique based on available intel. These specifics don't just add authenticity, they create tension. The reader wonders, will they get it right? Will they be detected? Another simple but effective tactic is describing the details of weapon handling under fire. For instance, instead of General, he fired his rifle, mention the character's careful control of recoil, the subtle check of the magazine, or the deliberate breath control between bursts. It shows expertise and pressure simultaneously. Why this matters to your writing journey. As a novice writer, you might think the big explosive moments carry the weight of your story, and they do matter. But if you want to pull readers in and keep them hooked, adding those tactical flourishes is a secret weapon, pun intended. These details show you understand not just the adrenaline rush, but the discipline, precision, and unpredictability of combat. For those looking to sharpen their skills, especially in crafting military thrillers, I highly recommend checking out a military thriller writing course. It's designed for writers at all levels who want to learn how to integrate these tactical details naturally, balancing fast-paced action with believable strategy. Enroll now and start your writing course to gain invaluable insights that will elevate your storytelling. Final thoughts. Remember, the magic lies in the micro moments. The small tactical details in your military action scenes aren't just ornaments. They are the backbone of realism and suspense. They validate your story's stakes and bring your character's challenges to vivid life. So when you sit down to write that big, explosive scene, think beyond the explosions and shootouts. Think about how your characters move, communicate, and adapt. Write with a keen eye on those tactical details, and your readers won't just see the scene, they'll feel it. To wrap up, if you're passionate about writing a story that captures all of this and more, consider joining creative writing classes like the Military Thriller Writing Course. It's a brilliant way to build confidence, learn the ropes, and craft scenes that pack a punch. Happy writing, and may your next action scene keep your readers awake and breathless.